It's Real Fit Radio with B
and J.LOU.
If this is your first time listening, welcome. And if you're a returning listener, welcome back.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. You can't talk power moves and life goals around people who don't have the same hunger as you. It will just sound like you are bragging. Drake said that. I think it was a punchline in one of his songs.
Drake quotes.
Yeah.
Okay. You can learn something from everybody, I think. I think you can take something away from everybody. You just got to kind of search for it. Like, what can I take from this person? There's a lesson here.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lesson.
But it's true. It's true. I mean, if people ain't on the same wavelength, they would think you flexing.
Or it completely goes over their head. They like, I don't even know what you're talking about. They have no idea.
But in other news.
Yeah, it's December 25th. It's Christmas Day. And Merry Christmas to everybody. Ho, 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 Merry Christmas. We don't really celebrate Christmas or the holidays, not because of religious belief or anything like that. Coming up, we did for a little bit, and then we began to get a better understanding. I come from a single parent household. You know, my mother, she didn't like say we couldn't, but we just kind of grew out of it. We knew it was her getting us stuff, and, you know, we didn't come with a list of stuff. And then she just started giving us stuff throughout the year. And that's just something I pretty much adapted, bringing over as a tradition into our family. Your family's a little bit different, huh?
Yeah, they give gifts and whatnot, even if some of them giving gifts that they necessarily don't even fit the person they getting it for, but they still try. And, you know, so it's still considered a holiday for them. It changed once I moved out here when I got with you. Not for a bad thing, but actually it just opened my mind up when you was talking about, well, when I give, I don't wait till a special day. I don't wait till your birthday. I don't wait till Christmas to give gifts. If I see something right then, I might sneak it up on you on February 9th. That day has no meaning. So once I got introduced to that concept, I was like, dang, that actually made more sense. And it also takes the pressure off of having to come up with something on that day, because people are looking forward to it, as opposed to like, man, I get stuff all throughout the year. If I ain't get nothing on that day, I'm straight, because I'm always getting shit.
That whole level of expectation, the anticipation and all that. Yeah, I think the element of surprise is so much better too, because you just never know with us. And also I have a sense of just being so much more grateful, have a better understanding of how precious time is and how I want to give you your flowers today. I have no idea what's going to happen tomorrow. You know, that's where my mind is with it. And then also our son's birthday is January 1st. So we have a New Year's celebration, but he's gotten gifts already. Yeah, we just celebrate, but that doesn't take away from other people. I think it's messed up if I don't celebrate Christmas. So Merry Christmas to anybody that's tuning in. I hope that you had an amazing day filled with love, laughter, hugs, and not so much as materialistic things. But if you did get something that you really wanted, kudos to you. And also the gift of family and friends, or just being grateful for the opportunities, whatever it is in your life that you can count as a blessing. You know, I think that that's something that's a wonderful thing, not just today, but any day. I still want to acknowledge Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Today is, I don't want to say it's bittersweet, but this is the end of the Real Fit Radio podcast journey. So if you are tuning in for the first time, this is the beginning of the end, the last episode. We struggled with doing this at first, and then we just finally buckled down, and we've done it for a year and a couple of months. And just throughout this year, we started to realize so many things. Before I jump into that though, Real Fit Radio was created to inspire, impact, and empower individuals through open conversation. What if somebody was able to tune in and hear it? They would have information available to them, or insight, other perspectives that they may not have had available to them because it's just you. Or sometimes in your circle, people aren't talking about those things, or they don't have the insight, maybe the experience, the wisdom, whatever it is. We just felt, led to do that. And it has been interesting journey, because teaching ourselves how to be comfortable in front of the microphone and still being unfiltered but filtered, we found out we talk about the same thing a lot. So it's like, wow, we're still kind of tying back into some of the same things we're saying over and over. And I found that to be a good thing, because repetition is the father of learning. We're talking about purpose or growth, being stretched, wisdom, discipline. If you've been listening, this podcast is the last one. Hopefully, we have touched someone, enlightened someone, inspired someone, empowered someone, impacted you in some way. And if you haven't had an opportunity to explore the catalog, do it. By all means, if you want to hear short versions of what we've talked about on different podcasts, feel free to click all the different snippets on the Instagram page. We intentionally created snippets that can kind of leave you with something there. And then for people that want to hear the whole podcast, we're available on all the different platforms. Real Fit is its own body of work, its own catalog that you can listen to over and over again. I'm glad that we did it, and I'm glad that the body of work is there and that it's going to do whatever it's supposed to do at this point. Some people plant seeds, some people water, but I believe that God gives the increase.
I think we did exactly what we set out to do in terms of impact, empowering and inspiring people. And it wasn't meant for us to do it forever, because even the Bible ended, but with the Bible, you can flip it to any page and still get a new, or your word, fresh rhema. And you can continue to do that. You can continue to go back. It may have not hit you the first time you saw it or heard it or read it. And then you come back and it's like, oh man, I got a whole different meaning. The difference between what we set out to do in terms of our podcast and other ones is, I think it was set out to be almost like music that has substance. Like when you listen to, an album that has substance to it, you go back to it and be like, dang, I ain't heard this before. Same reference I gave with the Bible. So this was meant to have a set amount of episodes or a set amount of segments. And when we were done, but it doesn't mean that the segments disappear. You can go back to these and listen to them as many times as you want, because it's not topic based or current event based. Like if we were talking about current events, you already know about that current event. You're not going to go back and listen to it for the current event. You're going to go back and listen to ours because it's some type of food there that you're trying to consume. So we did exactly what we set out to do. Same thing with Jesus. Jesus walked around, in different countries, different parts of the world. He shared his word and he left. And I think that's what we did. And by no stretch of the imagination am I saying we Jesus. But you get the concept. We came, we dropped gems as much as possible in a plethora of areas, so you can always still contact us via email if you have some questions or something like that. That doesn't stop just because the segments stop. But yeah, no, it has been an interesting, I think 4 years, because I know we started originally and we did like 3 or 4 segments and then Recess started. Mm-hmm. And so it was like, oh man, I don't know how we going to be able to work this. So we stopped a little while because I think we did maybe 3 or 4 segments then. And then we came back during COVID and was like, dude, this is the perfect time to get this thing cranked, because we ain't doing nothing else in terms of like moving around. Like we're stationary. There is no excuse. So we decided to bring it back. And we've been dropping one every Monday as promised since we began, with the exception of few stops. If you go in the catalog, you'll see why. But it's been interesting. Like you said, it's the holding ourselves accountable, making sure that we were here for record times or putting the pedal to the metal when we didn't give ourselves enough time to edit and all that stuff. So it did what it was supposed to do for us in terms of personal growth, understanding how to keep yourself on a schedule, because neither one of us have ever done this before. So it was new. It was refreshing. I love the conversations. I mean, sometimes we listen back to them and be like, man, what the hell is we talking about? Is this shit even worth posting? And then when we listen to it, once it's done and through once it's, finalized, you realize, oh man, we really had some great content there. So that was always a cool thing to look at from when we started it and then when we finalized it. So yeah, I'm confident that we gave you guys something to continue to go back to. And you will see us one way or another. It may not be us rejoining the Real Fit cast where we doing that, but you gonna see B somewhere. You gonna hear me or see me somewhere. B like to stay in the shadows. That's why I said you gonna hear her somewhere. But yeah, it's been a good run. I can't say it enough. I think we served our purpose in this area.
I'm so excited about all the things to come. I've really enjoyed being a part of giving you guys this content. If you have any questions, comments, concerns at all, shoot us an email at realfitradio@gmail.com. That email will still be active. If you want to check out any of the podcast snippets or the link to full podcast, you can go to our Instagram at realfitradio. If you're not following us, you definitely should be. There's some great content there, some tidbits, definitely a takeaway, and there's something there for everybody. As always, we hope this inspired, impacted, or empowered someone. Until next time. And now a quick moment from our sponsor, Journey of a Legend.
You. Yeah, you. What's your passion? Purpose. Every day you try, you succeed. The time is now. Journey of a Legend. It starts with you.
If you want to learn more or purchase merchandise, go to www.journeyofalegend.com.